one, the Virgo against Pisces, or I don't know, it's the dilemma here is this strictness and concentration on being knowledgeable, competent, really good at what they do, skillful, things like that. It's a little bit like Capricorn, because they're both Earth, but here it's more about even denying myself, thinking that I'm not doing well enough, criticizing myself, and also criticizing other people. It's a lot to do with the Virgo archetype. But when you have yourself knowing Virgo, then you tend to kind of really dedicate yourself to some sort of service, want to be helpful, want to be good at what you do, to have the skills. You become a bit stiff, a bit closed off and afraid of making a mistake. Almost like every single detail is really important. Painstakingly important. And we assuming we come from a past where we had to be like this, we had to be really careful. We did a job, for example, which was requiring attention to detail and diligence and patience and things like that. We also knew how to connect with the physical reality, to work with the tools, with not only with our body to take care, because it's also the sign of health, Virgo, like the sixth house a lot. But we knew how to manage, not manage is not the right word, how to work with our hands, probably, with materials, raw materials, and create things or make things better, more efficient, mend things, repair broken stuff, for example. They're all keywords. It may be many different things. It may be a doctor that took care of people's health, and he or she needed to be really careful and even conservative in that, and really patient also, skillful, extremely skillful, and never be happy with how well they're doing, because if they ever are happy enough, they may make a mistake, and that mistake can cost a lot, can cost somebody's life, for example. Be as serious as that. So people born with this South Node have the memory of having to be strict, having to take care, and they have the task this time around to learn again something watery, like with the Cancer. This time it's Pisces. Now relaxing and letting go is more to do here with seeing the whole picture, seeing that everything is connected, not being that concentrated in details, more giving a chance to things to run their course, using more my imagination than my logic. That's what Pisces requires. Being able to kind of trust that even if I'm not on my toes all the time and I'm not controlling the situation all the time, I'm still going to be fine. Things are still going to develop well.
Is Virgo an earth sign?
Yes.
Okay. And Pisces too, you said?
No, Pisces is water.
So it's like going
So it's the a little bit like the Capricorn and Cancer in that way. But here it's a different story, because Capricorn and Cancer were two, they call them, sorry, it just escapes me at the moment, cardinal signs. We have, maybe you remember this, we have the cardinal, fixed and mutable signs in astrology. So the cardinals are the ones on the equinoxes and the solstices. And Cancer and Capricorn are summer solstice, winter solstice. And they are very like, I do or think things all the same all my life. I'm kind of, my opinion can very difficult, it's very difficult to be changed. Cardinal really. And also a starter, a beginner of something. A setter of trends, the one that first goes into a new unknown territory. An energy which paves the way towards something new. While Virgo and Pisces are mutable signs, changeable. Mutable means changeable. They're the ones that at the end of every cycle they say something here needs to change, has to be made better, or whatever doesn't work has to be thrown away. That's what these two signs. So Virgo and Pisces are the two signs of reforming ourselves, changing ourselves, being critical to how things work and wanting to make them better. Virgo does this in a practical way. Pisces does this in an emotional way. Virgo is personal, changing myself and not being happy about how I do things, while Pisces is about Maybe I was born during a time in history when things in society are not working, and they're approaching the end of something, and I need to put up with the fact that maybe I have to live my life, which is personal, in times which are not really very pleasant. But I don't have to despair. I don't have to lose my kind of long-term thinking and seeing that this is just one stage of something bigger, and that even if now we have a war and things are awful, sooner or later the sun is gonna shine again in the long distance. Yeah, that's Pisces. Pisces, a lot of Pisces, when somebody has in the chart, they tend to over-identify with things which are much bigger than them, like they care about politics and social reality and stuff like that, which when they're good they feel happy, when they're not that good they feel depressed. And compassion is the key word for Pisces. Virgo needs to learn compassion for itself and for others, and not to be that critical. While Pisces needs to learn to be a bit now. If we move forward to South Node in Pisces, how can Pisces get wrong? Escapist, too much in the imagination and not in real world. Pisces needs to get real, to learn how to take responsibility, how to do practical stuff, to connect with its body, to connect with its everyday tasks of living, take care of its health, because very often this is just too ordinary to be taken care of. Pisces lives in another world, the world of outer reality and imagination. When it's being positive, Pisces, it may have realized the big truths of life, these things which are not easy to grasp by other people, that are not that inclusive. Pisces is very inclusive, it sees the whole, while Virgo sees the parts. That's the main difference between them. But losing sense of reality is the greatest problem of South Node in Pisces, and then if you have North Node in Virgo, then you have to learn how to come back to Earth and spend a bit of time here. Don't go away yet. People that I know with this second combination, Virgo North Node, sometimes use others, not intentionally, but use others to do the practical stuff for them. Sometimes don't find it necessary to find a job, don't find it necessary to do their part of taking responsibility of what's gonna come the next day. Like, say, a woman that's part of a family and she's in the habit of always leaving the man to make all the decisions. Because if she ever makes a decision, she would be responsible for that decision, and then if they lose the house or lose the money or whatever else practical is on stake, she would have to also answer for it. She always feels like she's beyond these things. It's just an example. But at the end of the day, we need to live our life here and now, and it's not going to be avoided. So if you have the Virgo North Node, that's what you need to learn. But if you have the Pisces North Node, it's just the opposite. Don't be that practical. Don't be that strict.